Hello everyone, we're doing a VOD review for one of my viewers. This is a Bronze 2 NEEKO VOD review. If you would like a VOD review for yourself and want to support me, you can either watch my stream and build up channel points to get one for free, or you can DM me on Discord from the link below and pay $20 for a VOD review to help support me. It can be a NEEKO game, it can be any champion in any role, but obviously NEEKO and the support role will be my most comfortable position. But anyways, let's get on here. So you're facing here a Caitlyn Morgana, and you are playing with NEEKO. You have your spell thieves. Good. One sec, actually, let me just... I always forget to do this right at the start. Objective timers. They should just show these automatically. Okay. Anyways, so Caitlyn Morgana is a very hard lane. In general, actually, this is going to be a bit tough. NEEKO doesn't have the best damage for killing tanks. She's like a bursty mage, so you're not going to be able to do damage to these people. Syndra can knock you back when you're trying to ulti in and also one-shot you. And this is a very hard lane. You can't really find picks on a Morgana because of her black shield very easily. And if she lands one bind on you with a Caitlyn trap combo, you die. So in general, this game is looking very hard for you. I would probably honestly have recommended almost a dodge if I were playing it, just because of how like even Morgana hard counters Rammus. But anyways, we're in this game. Let's see what runes you took here. Alright, I thought you were Xayah there for a sec. Okay, so Electrocute, good. Taste of Blood, good. Eyeball Collection is fine. I would probably say maybe even Ghost Portal might be better for you, but you know, it's fine. Ravenous Hunter isn't that great for support. The reason why it's not that great for support is because it gives you healing based on how much damage you do, and since as support you do less damage until like you get more items, it'll take you a lot longer. Like your first item spike will come later, and once you get it, they'll have more items, so you're going to not be doing as much damage, and it's just like a snowball kind of effect. You're not going to heal as much from Ravenous throughout the game. I would usually go Relentless for more move speed. I know a lot of lower elo NEEKOs even like taking Ultimate Hunter to have Ultimate up quicker. I even think that would be better than Ravenous for you, but I personally take Relentless. Biscuits is fine if you're having issues. I think Second Wind personally is better. One thing you have to understand about Biscuit Delivery is it heals you and gives you mana back for 10% of your missing. You can see here it says Biscuits restore 10% of your missing health and mana, which means you can only use it when you're low HP and low mana. So you have, if you use it off full HP, it barely heals anything. And since it's 10%, right? If we look at your health, if I can see your health, 670, right? 10%. So say you were at 0 HP. 10% of 1,000 is 100, right? So 10% of 500 is what? 50. So you're probably going to heal about like 55 to 60 off of a potion here if you were at 0% HP. Second Wind will heal you like way more basically. So if you're going for the health sustain, I would go Second Wind. Biscuits, in my opinion, is more of a mana sustain item, which NEEKO doesn't have that much mana issues in lane, but if you're having mana issues, this is perfectly fine. Don't use it unless you're out of mana completely. And also, I would definitely say that approach velocity seems okay because of the fact that when you root someone, you can walk at them quicker. But I personally would take Cosmic Insight. It reduces the cooldown of your flash by 45 seconds, and having your flash up 45 seconds sooner is a big deal on NEEKO, who's trying to hand like big ultis. So that's my take on the runes. Damn, we're already a couple minutes in this video, and all we've done is talk about runes and stuff. Let's go. So we're waiting for the leash. I like how you haven't pointed anything yet. I at this point would have pointed W just to help make the leash stronger, but I still like the fact that you haven't pointed anything, because if an invade happened or something and you needed your root, you could still point it, so that's really good. Alright, you still haven't pointed anything, or is it just like a thing in the viewer where you don't see it because you're pretending to be Xayah? If you have your W up, okay, you took root. Nice. Okay, it worked out. I personally take W level 1 because you can use your W to help pressure the wave, push, and auto attack harass, but E start is completely fine too. If you were going to start E though, if you start E every game, you may as well just point it. There's no point in waiting. You could have used it to help leash, and if you're going to start E, you may as well just point it right away. Positioning wise, right now you're doing okay, but earlier you were a bit too passive. So she just used her brute, right? 8 seconds, it's on cooldown. You need to now walk straight up, like even past her minion wave. Like I would literally just start walking at this Caitlyn, and if she doesn't walk away, right? If she stays still, you root her. If she walks backwards, then you just walk up and maybe even take control of this bush here, right? You sit in this bush and have control. Also, I should change the vision so we're not cheating. Your red side, there. So yeah, you need to just walk at her right now, right? Okay, good. Okay, good, except here you're walking away because Morgana walked in. Morgana still has 4 seconds till her binds up. I know it's a hard thing to do. You have to have an internal clock in your head, right? It's about 10 seconds, right? How long is it? 9.6, right? 2.6. It's about 10 seconds. Like, you need to have an internal clock here. Here, instead of sidestepping, you just keep walking forwards, and you can maybe land a double route where you hit it through Morgana and thing. And if you see these two minions are about to die, so if you hit a route there through those two, both these minions die, and you throw a Q auto attack on their ADC with Ignite, and it's probably actually a kill. Look at her HP here. Another thing actually is once these two minions die, you could look for an E flash and hit the Caitlyn and then Q Ignite and probably get first blood also. Okay, nice Q huge. No, walk up. Missed opportunity, but it's okay. If you start E level 1, you don't have to take W level 2. I still personally take W level 2, but right there, when you hit that route, 100%, if you just insta-point Q and ignite her to proc electrocute, if she doesn't use her flash and heal to get out, she probably dies. But I get that you're backing off because you're scared of the Morgana. But at this point, look at her HP, right? Even if Morgana binds you, right, and she starts attacking you, you and your ADC will kill her quicker than these two will kill you. And even if they do kill you, worst case scenario, you killed their ADC and they kill you, your ADC shoves the wave on your tower, and now your ADC is up a full wave of CS and EXP on their ADC. So I understand why you're walking back, you're nervous, but I'm just saying you have to have a little confidence there is all. See, Morgana Black bind is down. So another thing about Morgana, why you really need to go for that kill, is because now Morgana has Black Shield, right? Wait, Morgana needs to walk out. Okay, now Morgana has Black Shield, right? Once Morgana has Black Shield, your ability to get kills in this lane go down significantly. Against Morgana lanes, you really only have kill pressure level 1 and 2. So if you get a kill there, that's like your only opportunity to get a kill and start snowballing. After this point, if Morgana plays well, you pretty much don't have opportunities to really get kills anymore. So that's why it was really important. But anyway, she used her bind. So again, you can walk up, right? Again, you're being a little passive there. You're throwing a root from back here. She didn't have her bind up for a few seconds. You could have walked up to maybe here. Not too far, not all the way down there, but you could have walked up to maybe there and thrown your root, but it's okay. Walk back. Like, actually, you had your W up, right? So, like, watch. Watch what you should be doing here, right? She misses her bind, right? As soon as she misses it, and first of all, you start walking sideways, you should just instantly walk forwards. And then if you get in range of either of these two, you pop W and run. And then you make it look like you're going to throw the root at the ADC, but then you throw it on the support. The reason you do that is because Morgana has Black Shield. And Morgana will Black Shield the ADC. So if you run at the ADC, you run straight at ADC, right? If you just pop W here, even now she still has bind down. If you just pop W here and ran straight at the ADC, but threw the root at the Morgana, auto-attacked her and walked away, you get a bunch of damage down on her and she'll waste her Black Shield on the ADC. It's kind of like a mind game thing. I don't do it that much against, I do it quite a bit, but against Morgana is like a big one where you just run at the ADC but throw it at Morgana. Because she'll just, like, reaction-wise, it's very hard to react to that. Like, she's going to, especially in this elo, like, she's going to be ready to throw at the AC. Okay. Okay, two things wrong about that. First thing wrong is, I know you're scared of Morgana, but positioning-wise, Morgana cannot bind you when you're behind the wave, right? So, look at their ADC, right? There is no way that their ADC can follow up on a bind right now. So you can actually just walk towards Morgana and auto-attack her, try to root her, and she can't hit you because of the wave. If you walk back here, now she can hit you. It depends on the wave. If Caitlyn, for instance, was standing like right here, right? Okay, now you have to be scared, right? But even if Caitlyn was standing here, I'd probably just go straight in on Caitlyn with your ADC, right? You just go straight on her. But, like, yeah, so, like, it's about wave number, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have more minions than them. Obviously, this minion's about to die. But you have even or more minions. There's no reason for you to concede wave control unless you think that you're about to get ganked. So you just want to stay behind these minions here so that the Morgana's Q gets blocked by the minions. Right? As soon as you walk backwards away from the wave, see how their ADC held ground? This is where you should have been. If you were still here, Morgana wouldn't be able to walk up. But now that you're here, these two are both in range to go on your ADC, and you're not in range. You two are both in range to go on Morg, but you're not in range to go on their ADC. And this ADC is actually playing correctly. Well, when you backed off, she should have backed off too. But if she backed off, she's at risk of getting binded. You had to hold your ground here and fight them. Also, you should have used your W to try and block the Morgana bind. You just threw it straight at her. You should have thrown it in between your ADC and her. Second, here, it's okay that you threw, I don't know. You should always go for the ADC instead of support. Even after your root was down, you should still be going for the ADC, right? So watch. So here you should be throwing your bind right now. See, instead of throwing your bind in this direction, you should be showing your clone. Instead of throwing it there, it should be going this way. And you should be walking straight at the ADC and try to root her, right? So if we watch, see, you should have been walking and binding this person because you never want to go on the support, but it's fine. Even after your root landed, you should be walking over and pressuring the ADC because right now, Morgana has Black Shield and Q. Her Q's on cooldown, and all she can do is auto attack. Caitlyn is the one who's going to be doing more damage. You need to pressure Caitlyn and try to make her back off. Your odds of killing Morgana here are very low, and you just need to be pressuring your ADC, right? Like you should be auto attacking. See how your ADC is targeting their ADC? Again, your ADC is doing the correct play. If you are auto attacking their ADC here, look how low she gets. You haven't even autoed her one time yet, right? If you autoed her like 3 times and procced Electrocute, she would be almost dead right now. Maybe even blow her flash. Nice try. You should be autoing the wave to help your ADC push and thin the wave. So you can see right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minions to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They have a minion advantage. You need to try and thin the wave, and then if you can't thin it in time, you have to back off. So right now you didn't start to thin it. Morgana's walking up. Now you have to back off. Before I said hold your ground because you had minion advantage. Now you don't have minion advantage. You have to back off. See, this time you're walking forwards, but this time you should throw your root at the Caitlyn. Okay, her Black Shield is down, and you have root up. When you hit level 3, you need to go in hard. Okay, never mind. You wasted your root. Ah, nice job. One thing I would say is maybe it's because you're low elo why this is working out, but against Morgana, my rule of thumb is never, ever, 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 ever throw your root until her Black Shield is down. You should just be Q poking. You want to just walk up and Q auto her, back off. Walk up and Q auto her, back off. And if she ever, oh, huge. And if she ever uses her Black Shield to block a Q, now you can go up and root their ADC, or you can wait till the Black Shield's gone and root. If you throw your root there, like the root you found on her against a good Morgana, she would have Black Shielded it, and then you would have just been down mana because you would have just wasted mana on a root that did nothing. And then you also have no root up or counter engage. I mean, you're in a lower elo, so I guess it's okay, but I'm just saying if you start getting to a point where you're finding Morganas are just Black Shielding your roots, you should be throwing Q autos. I would even say maybe just keep that in mind. Is like, you know, when you're playing Morgana, throw roots, but the second you notice it's a Morgana in a specific game, you should be helping your ADC push here, by the way. You need to push this wave to attack. It's going to push by itself, but anytime you get kills, you need to help your ADC push. Because this Morgana's going to freeze it now if she's good. Well, she's not good, so it's fine. Oh, she's freezing it, see? You needed to shove that in. But yeah, I would just keep that in mind as a thing. Okay, well, her ADC is not good enough to freeze, so it's all good. Alrighty, what did we buy here? You have 885 gold. I would get boots, an amp tome, and some pots. Maybe a control ward if you have enough money. What do you get? Okay, you're taking a very long time to... Oh my... Wait, oh, it's because you're stupid camo. Okay, first of all, you get the base move speed of the champion you turn into. ADCs have the lowest base move speed in the game usually. Second of all, Blasting Wand is a really bad buy here. You would rather get boots and an amp tome because boots can help you dodge a Morgana bind, which is the only way you die in lane. Boots help you roam this fight quicker. And yeah, I would go boots amp tome instead of this, but it's okay. So let's see this fight play out. I would say you're playing a little scared just because do a numbers game, right? As you're coming in here, right? It's red bodies, right? 1, 2, 3 versus 1, 2, 3. Except you also have Echo coming in with Syndra being and in lane. Now, you might not have noticed Syndra is because you're not probably looking at her in the middle of lane. But like you just should see on your, by just looking at your minimap without seeing that she's you see Echo's coming and you see Syndra is still mid, which means you have a 4v3 here, right? So the beginning is okay. To be honest, I think you should be throwing your root Q at the ADC there. But either way, instead of backing off after you land the root, whoopsies. Instead of backing off after you land the root Q, you should just continue pressuring, right? See how you're like walking away? You're scared of getting Morgana binded. But what happens if you get Morgana binded, right? You should just be auto-attacking their freaking guy. I don't even think you procced your Electrocute there. You didn't, right? Like, if you had auto-attacked him to proc Electrocute, maybe this guy dies and doesn't walk away. And if Morgana binds you, it doesn't matter because your whole team here will just jump on and kill her. Like, they can't follow up on it. See how this Echo just got binded and look at how little damage he took. It's not because Echo's tankier than you. He is tankier than you. But it's just because of the fact that, like, they have no follow-up. So you could have played a bit more aggressive in there. It's a big thing in League is count numbers. Oh, no. Yikes. To be honest, you have to think about things like, is it your fault that they all got played bad and got killed there? No. But it's your fault that it even got to this point. If you played better, it wouldn't get to that point, right? Like, so here, first mistake is you should just throw your root Q at the ADC here. If you root Q the ADC and she just gets one shot, it's huge for your team. But second point is you're not auto-attacking here. No way you die if you get binded. Like, even if you get binded and netted by her, they just all die. And you're playing too passive, so, yeah. Try to just play more aggressive, I guess. Also, you didn't need to walk in here to help Kid Swanee. He was already dead. You should have been walking down this way already, and you could have helped your ADC too, so. You're just playing very passive right now when you're literally the highest HP person on your team, and you could have been tanking that last Dragon auto for her, so. Yeah. Dude, we're 6 minutes in this video, and we're freaking, this is gonna be a long-ass VOD review. I hope it was worth your 20 bucks. I make it worth the money. Baba stonks. Okay, so I'm pretty sure instead of buying this control ward here, you could have bought your boots. Again, boots are very important on supports. It helps you dodge Morgana bind. It helps you roam. It helps you do so much. So you should just be pushing the wave. Also, how did I turn Fog of War on for everyone again? I didn't do that. Also, another thing is, when you back, you don't always have to walk straight bot. So you should have been walking towards mid and you could have ganked mid. But next time you back, I'll make that point because I don't want to rewind. This is already long enough so far. You'll see it next time you back. I'll show you. You should have walked the way of your ADC there, but it's fine. If you walked the way of the ADC, you could have maybe cut him off. Okay, she's completely out of mana. I don't know why your Echo's not coming, but you guys need to back off. You should be pinging her ping B, and you want to know why? It's like I said, numbers game, right? So you know there's 2 here. She is so it's like a 3v2, right? But Morgana and Caitlyn can show up, right? And Echo isn't doing anything. So if Morgana, let's just assume, always assume when you don't have vision on them that they're standing directly at vision. So let's just assume that Morgana is right here and Caitlyn's like right here, right? Or even Caitlyn's right here, Morgana's here. Either way, right? Morgana's gonna all of a sudden is standing right there. And the second you guys go on that, what happens? Morgana walks here and she binds your Rammus. Caitlyn comes over and hits him with a trap. And these guys kill Rammus. And then you guys have to back off or you die, right? So that's why this is risky. If Echo was standing with you guys, I would say this is fine. Because then it would be at worst case scenario a 4v4. And their mid laner's you know what? The mid laner's so I guess you can kind of count this as a 3v3 still, so I guess it's okay. But you just, the point is still, you have to be careful. Because Echo wasn't moving. See? See what happened? And see how it still ended up being a kill trade? It wasn't even positive? That's why I say you have to be careful. Because that could have easily been even worse for you guys, right? Like, I didn't cheat. I didn't have vision. It's like I said, if you don't see them, assume they're standing. I assumed that they were here. This was an even worse position. They're coming in behind. If they were there even earlier and they got behind and killed, like, one shot your ADC, they could have easily killed all 3 of you there straight up. Like, not even over exaggeration. If they got behind you even a couple of seconds earlier and one shot your ADC, there's a good chance they just kill all 3 of you there. So, yeah, count numbers. Oh, you're walking no vine. Ooh, huge root. Okay, her black shield's down. So one thing you need to know is her black shield is about 20 seconds, right? Let's see how long it is. 21 seconds, right? And your root is 12 seconds. That means when your root comes off cooldown, you have 8 seconds to make a play. These are really big deal. Like I said, Morgana is impossible to get kills because of her black shield. And that's why I said you're trying to bait out her black shield so that you can go in. You know right now when your root comes up, you have 8 seconds to make a play. I'm not kidding. that like you should be looking to go for a flash root. If you find a flash root on their ADC with a Q auto attack ignite and your ADC does the Q auto E to root them extend, she's dead. So yeah, we're gonna watch you, and when you have 3, 2, 1. Okay, right now, I know it seems over aggressive, but I would literally just start walking straight at them, and if they don't back off, you just flash root one, right? You should just walk in and flash root. And now her black shield's back up, so it's too late. See what I'm saying? These things are, and it's not just against Morgana, it's against everyone. Blitzcrank uses his hook, right? You have like 15 seconds to make a play. Morgana uses her bind. You have like 10 seconds to make a play. She uses her black shield. You have 20 seconds to look for a flash root, right? Any champ, it doesn't matter. Nami uses her bubble and her W. Okay, you have like, 7-ish seconds to go make a play before her W's back off cooldown. So like these kind of things, like I'm not saying you have to know the exact times. It's like I said, oh, Nami's about 7-ish seconds. Blitzcrank hook about 15-ish seconds. It's just, you don't need to know exact timing, but you just need to know that like, oh, these are my windows. You need to abuse those. Also, you're standing very far back. Yeah, this is good. Good. Okay, her bind's down. Walk forwards. Yeah, good. Walk forwards. Walk in. Nope. Okay. See there? Oh my God. See? Look at the opportunity you just I'm like, oh my God. Right there, when you walk forwards, see how she black shielded her ADC? Because she was scared you're going to walk in. And then you took a side step down. If you just kept walking forwards, she has no bind for a few more seconds. If you were here and you just kept walking forwards, she black shielded her ADC. You just instantly root Q auto her, and she just dies. Abuse cooldowns when they're down. So now you're petitioning bit back because she has her bind up. You see Sejuani walking over Vision bot side, so you should be playing safe now. Ping your ADC B. This is not worth fighting over the ward. You know Sejuani is literally right there. No. Back up. Oh, she should be dead here. It's your job. You might say, oh, my ADC is an idiot. Oh, blah, blah, blah. But it's your job to ping those. Okay, she's completely You do know those Sejuani is down here, and you see Surge. You should be... I mean, I just cheated, but I would assume they're doing Dragon either way. Believe me, I don't know. I'm 500 IQ. I wasn't because of the cheat. Oh, you're smart, too. You're smart, except... You're going in a bit aggressive without your team being there, but it worked out. The reason why you're being a bit sketchy is because I don't think you knew that she had no ulti up. And she could have just one-shot you there. So, a good job either way. You guys pick up 2 kills. Really good stuff. Also, I don't know. You know what? You did have to flash only because Syndra's E can knock you back. And she would have knocked your ulti back. If she wasn't a Syndra who can knock you back, you don't have to flash there. You use your passive more than I do. And that's not me saying as a critique. Like, I just never use my passive. It's really bad. So, good job, man. Or should I say, woman, Mads. Good job. Mrs. Cato. Alrighty. This is a hard recall to take. I almost think that if your ADC recalls, you almost want to stay and pick up this wave. Because if you don't, their ADC can come up and take a free tower play, and you're also losing a full wave of EXP and CS. You almost want to just stay to just like get that wave for yourself, to get yourself, you're behind a level. You almost want to pick up that wave for yourself to level up, get some gold, then back. But anyways, let's see what you're going to get here. Okay. I see you. So... Everyone who watches me knows that I don't like Ludens on NEEKO. It's, first of all, more expensive, which is really bad for support, but even in mid lane, I don't like it because it gives you a crap load of mana, 600 mana, and it's just like very wasted stats. NEEKO doesn't need that mana. If anything, NEEKO maybe needs 200 mana, and you even win biscuits, which means it's increasing your mana pool by 150 because each biscuit increases your mana pool by 50. So, like, especially with biscuits, you really did not need a Ludens this game for the mana. If it's because you just like the Ludens effect, I would even say Night Harvester, especially going Biscuit Delivery. I'd even say Night Harvester. It's, it's cheaper. The active damage does more damage, like the proccing, and it gives you HP. HP is a really good stat on NEEKO because she's squishy, and you're trying to go in the middle of the enemy team, and this doesn't give you HP, so I don't like that item. For me personally, I go Rocket Belt, but I understand for, you're in Bronze. I'm not trying to flame Bronze players, but maybe it's too hard for you to properly use the Rocket Belt with the ulti. That's fair. But I would probably even go Night Harvester over that, over Ludens in the support role. In mid lane, I'd probably go Ludens, but in the support role, I'd probably go Night Harvester. Cheaper, and it gives HP. You don't need the mana. Good roaming here. One reason you don't need the mana is because your support item gives you mana regen. When this upgrades one more time, it's going to be 100% base mana regen. Plus, you have the base 150 mana from this. Let's back up for a second because I told you next time you backed, I was going to tell you where you made a mistake. So, well, this time they're there. So, because they're both pushing your tower, you don't have to, but I would still, when I'm walking bot, I would walk down the middle of the jungle. The reason you walk down the middle of the jungle, because it means you can pivot to a mid gank. It means you can pivot to help your Rammus come down and gank from behind. If Rammus wasn't in the jungle with both them on your tower and your mid laner's not mid, I would go bot. But say you're back coming from lane and bot isn't bot, you should walk down the middle of the jungle and then you can gank mid. You can get vision control around mid, or you can just walk back bot. But anyways. Right, see, if you're walking down the middle here, you would have been like right over, instead of you coming to this play late, right? Instead of you being late to this play, you would have already been here. Remember what I said about leading with Q? That's exactly why. Because see, when you lead with E, how she just black shields it? If you led with your Q... Oh, what the hell is she maxing W for? If you led with your Q and she black shields, your Q breaks the black shield. So the rule of thumb with NEEKO support is when you have 3 points in your Q... Which one's you? This one's you, right? When you have 3 points in Q, your Q will break her black shield in one hit while she has a rank 1 shield. Morganas don't rank shield until their Q is max. It's usually Q max into E max. Right, so for in terms of lane phase, once you hit rank 3 Q, after lane phase, assume this rule out the door, but once you hit lane phase, once you have 3 points in Q, you can break a Morgana shield with 1 Q. So if there you led with a Q into root, and if she black shields the Q, then your root hits. And if she doesn't black shield the Q and only black shields the root, then overall you got more damage down because the root isn't enough to break her black shield and the Q just did full damage and not getting blocked at all. So I don't see a world here where you don't want to be leading with Q, right? So watch. First of all, you W'd a little late. I would have W'd maybe when she was there because it potentially blocks a root and you can make walk at her, apply pressure because it doesn't block for the per points 5 seconds, right? But watch. If instead, see how you throw the root and she's already black shielding? And then watch how if you had Q'd this shield, look how small it is. Your Q would have broke that, and then your root would have hit her, and she would have been rooted. But instead, because you do it in this order, right, she's now free to walk around. So, and if she was rooted, you could have, like, Ignite autoed her and stuff, and she might even die, right, if she can't walk away. So, tip against Morgana, in my opinion, always, always, always lead with Q. And if she black shields, root. If she didn't black shield when you Q'd her there, I would just hold the root. There's no point in rooting, because she will just black shield it. You should wait until you can hit a root on her and the ADC because she can only root one of the two, right? So you Q her. If she black shields, root her. If she does not black shield, hold root. And if you're in a point where you can hit her and the ADC, throw root because she can only black shields one of you guys. So you should just, yep, looking good. This will break your passive and put on cooldown. Nice. See, look how aggressively you're positioning there behind that minion. Why didn't you do that earlier? At the beginning of the video, if you remember. Like, that's what you should have been doing where you gave up, conceded the wave. You play behind your minion so she can't black shield you. Good stuff, though. This ward is super useless because you already have control of this bush. You're better off placing your ward in this bush or placing your ward in this bush. This bush doesn't really give you much intel because you already control the bush. Decent W, though, to make sure there's no one in there. I respect it. So, I haven't been looking at the minimap for a while, but I have not seen Sejuani for a while, personally. Assume Sejuani is on this bot side camp right here and about to gank you. Assume Sejuani's in this bush. If you don't know where the enemy jungler is, it was the same thing I said here. If you don't know where they are, assume they're just sitting out of vision. Assume right now that Sejuani is in this bush right here, right? Doesn't mean she is there, but you should just assume so. Because if you assume Sejuani's there, and if all of a sudden Sejuani starts to gank, you're already mentally prepared to react for it. If you are not assuming Sejuani's there and a Sejuani all of a sudden appears, you get panicked. You don't want to be panicked in League. When something happens that you're not expecting to happen, you get panicked. You don't want to panic. So if you expect Sejuani to be camping that bush, then when Sejuani appears, you're not going to be as panicked because you've already been thinking she's there and you've already been planning ahead. What do you want to do if Sejuani appears? Well, if Sejuani appears, you probably, because your ADC has ulti, do not want to block for her. You probably just want to walk away. If you were with an ADC who doesn't, like say you're playing with, I don't know, a Jhin, right? If it was playing with a Jhin, I would walk towards the Sejuani and try, oh, see? What did I say about assuming Sejuani's there, right? Oh, this is huge. This is really good for you guys. You should just root the ADC and ulti. Okay, this is not good anymore. It's not good because your ADC did not react. I think it was okay, though. But your ADC just didn't react, right?
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
So here, I think you should just throw a root this way because your root goes to about here, right? And Caitlyn's trying to walk up to put a trap under you. If you threw a root and ulti and your ADC comes in, your ADC can potentially kill her or something, but I don't know, your ADC just did not react or move at all. See, when she walked in there, you could have 100%, look at all that damage you did to Sejuani. Sejuani has 77 magic resist, she has 33. And look how much damage you did to him, and look how she almost killed him. If you had root queued their ADC, your ADC at least turns a kill here. Okay, your ADC turned a kill anyways, and then walked in a trap. Honestly, you played that fight pretty well, but you should have root queued the ADC. Then your ADC would have killed their ADC. And then if their ADC is dead, Sejuani won't solo kill your ADC, and it would have been a 1-for-1 trade. The big mistake you made there, by the way, actually, that I almost overlooked, is that you don't ever want to face check this bush to place a ward. You use your W to try and escape. If you'd used your W, what you want to do, right? So when you're walking up, at about right here, don't even walk any closer than this point. You just walk up and you put your W from here, right? Maybe you walk here and you put your W and you just chill. You don't move until your W reveals. And then when your W reveals Sejuani, you just ping your ADC B and back up. If your bush doesn't reveal Sejuani, you walk up and ward. NEEKO's W is one of the best reasons why she's so good as a support. Like, you know, throwing your W into this bush so you can walk up and get vision, right? Throwing your W into this bush. Like, your W is super good. Don't ever face check bushes. If your W's on cooldown, just wait till it's off cooldown. Alright, we just watched this. Alrighty. You can get a control ward too, and you should swap out your trinket. Okay, you should have got a control ward and swapped out your trinket if you don't do that. You're spending all this time after you revived, like thinking about what you want to buy. You should have been doing that while you were dead. Okay, this time is good. You're walking towards mid. Bot tower's gone. Good stuff. They're doing dragon. You're repathing towards drag. Good, good, good. Can I check how much? See, you want to see why I said that this rune is super useless on support because of how little it heals? You've only healed 121, right? It's pretty useless because you don't have the damage early game because you're so behind in items. It takes you so long for this to start ramping up. If you had like Relentless Hunter, you'd be able to make it to this play sooner. If you had Relentless Hunter, maybe instead of being here, you'd be like here, right? And being here is a lot, you know, more useful for this fight. That's why I take Relentless Hunter. If you take Ingenious Hunter, it reduces the cooldown of your Ludens. It's a 10-second cooldown. It would maybe make it like a 7-second cooldown or something, which is really good with Ingenious, and it reduces the cooldown of your trinkets, so more warding, more sweepers, and stuff. or you can get Ultimate Hunter. For support, I really don't like Ravenous Hunter on NEEKO, because Ravenous Hunter is good for sustained DPS. NEEKO is burst DPS, so it's not as good. Like when I go Talia support is like the only support I take Ravenous, because once you get one item on Talia and you're just pumping rocks, you're healing a lot. But NEEKO, it's like you do a full combo, and then remember in this fight you did your full combo and then backed off. You don't do damage for like 10 seconds because you're waiting for a combo, and then you go in combo and back off for like 10 seconds. You want Ravenous on champions who are constantly damaging, so you're constantly healing. See, if you were Relentless Hunter, no exaggeration, if you were 3 stacks Relentless Hunter, you would already be right here right now. You would be right here, and you'd be able to combo this person out of the thing, or combo their ADC, right? But instead, you've gone 121 healing from Ravenous. That's why I personally take Relentless Hunter, because Relentless Hunter is 8 per stack plus 5 base, right? So you have 3 stacks, that's 8, 16, I suck at math, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 move speed plus 5, 29. You'd have 29 extra move speed. That's an extra pair of boots you would have right now of move speed, right? So that's why I take that. Again, everything is preference. Just because I like something doesn't mean you have to. But I think of all the choices, Ravenous is the one I would almost never take on NEEKO. Even in mid lane, I don't take it. There are other mid laners who take it. I think it is somewhat viable in the mid lane. But, you know, even there, you didn't have ultimate up for the fight, right? If you went ultimate hunter, right? If you went ultimate hunter and you come in here, your ultimate hunter would be up like right now, right? And maybe you can like hit this guy with an ult or something. I don't know. I'm just saying I don't like Relentless Hunter. Like, yeah. In that fight, you got healed 40. 40 isn't very much compared to being in that fight in time, or compared to having your dooms on a lower cooldown. You get the point. And I also think that approach velocity is pretty useless on NEEKO. It's not useless, but trust me, you may not know, but like I said, Cosmic Insight reduces the cooldown of your flash by 45 seconds. 45 seconds, that's insane. On a 5-minute cooldown, 45 seconds, that's almost a fifth of the cooldown being reduced. And having flash up on NEEKO is really important. Good, see? That's what you should have done last time. Use your W. But when you use your W there, use it and make it walk out there. You see how you kind of... You kind of like, if I were guessing, you put your cursor here, right? And then your clone like kind of walked there. You should have walked up and put your cursor there and make it so your clone, instead of your clone like this and walking like that, make it go like that and get vision on here. Because for all you know, again, if you don't have vision, assume Morgana and Caitlyn were standing right here and your clone wouldn't have given you vision. And then when you're autoing this, you die. You have no tower, so you guys should clear one more wave and then go mid. You don't want to be this extended bot without a tower. Rule of league is when you get the tower, go mid. Good block. Pressure their ADC. Sorry. Alright. So Rammus is pressuring. Again, the rule I said, if you don't have vision, assume that they're there. The odds of them being here are a bit lower. But, you know, assume Syndra took a blast cone here and Syndra's sitting in this bush. Just assume Syndra's there because you don't know she's not. If you had a ward up, which you do, the correct play is you should be hugging this wall so that Syndra doesn't have vision on you, and you put the ward in that bush. Now you see Syndra top, but see how Syndra went top? She could have easily have roamed bot instead, and she could have easily been in this bush. So you want to be putting your ward in the bush like that, so that they don't see it. While your ADC's pressuring here, man, my... Not sponsored by Starbucks. My brother just works there. Hashtag sponsor me Starbucks for a $20 VOD review. Every 5th coffee you get at Starbucks, you get a free VOD. Sponsor me. Okay, I'm kidding. Anyways, God, my voice. You should be getting your ward in this bush right now, is what I'm trying to say. Use your W to scout out this bush and get a ward instead of pressuring tower. Because again, if you don't see them, assume they're there. So we saw their Syndra top. I don't think we've seen Sejuani, did we? So you should assume that Sejuani is right here. Now, to be fair, even if Sejuani shows, it is a 3v3. With their ADC's dead, it is a 3v2. So I guess right now you're fine. But before you killed the ADC, you definitely should have got a ward. See, your Q broke her black shield. Now you can root. See, that's what I was saying before. Lead with Q, and if she black shields, you can root. If she doesn't, just hold the root. And then you just poke. There's a reason. Actually, I didn't talk about this. There's only one lane I ever take Dark Harvest into instead of Electrocute, and it's Morgana. Because against Morgana, since I'm always holding Electrocute, you need to EQ auto. And since I hold my root versus Morganas until black shield's down, it's hard to proc Electrocute because I'm usually just going in for a Q auto, not procking Electrocute. So I usually take Dark Harvest versus Morganas so that I can just poke them down to lane to where I can proc Dark Harvest. I just find it does about the same damage to Electrocute, so might as well at that point because you're not procking it consistently. But anyways, that's beside the point. Man, you guys are killing it. You guys are pretty overextended though, bot. Like, oh. Real talk, once you get bot tower, it was okay, but you guys could have rotated over mid and tried to take the mid tower out. When Syndra showed top, you could have got mid tower. Yes, you're getting a bot tower here, but mid tower is a lot more valuable than a tier 2 bot because this tower kind of controls. When this tower is gone, now this side of the jungle, like this area is the enemy team's area because they have tower. Once this tower is gone, this becomes like open territory for anyone, right? Like right now, you guys lost your tower. All this is anyone's territory, right? Like you taking this tower makes it so this is now open territory right here. But this being open territory isn't that useful compared to this being open territory. So yeah. And then you guys could have took mid tower and then even rotated to Rift Herald before it despawned. But it's fine. You guys must do something like... Yeah, definitely not taking Rift Herald is a way you could end game quicker. Because it's already 20 minutes. And this game looks like it's going to 40 minutes. So I'm probably going to be skipping through a bit quicker now that lane's over. Because this VOD review is pretty long right now. And my voice is starting to go. And I have another VOD review to do after this one. Alrighty. So, again, you went bot to get vision. I don't know what you were doing down there. There's no point, no tower. You should have been getting vision around down here with your time. You should have come and used your W to get vision down here. And then come and fight. And you have vision on your flank, right? You want to get vision on the flank. So since you're bot side, you probably wanted a ward here and a ward here, right? And these two wards would stop anyone from penetrating from this side. So you'd only have to worry about the enemy team coming from there. And you can hover down bot side without worrying about getting jumped on. Alright, you played that pretty badly, not trying to flame. So once your teammate died, I probably wouldn't even walk down here, but it's working out. You just ulted really late. You should have ulted now. Even now. If you'd ulted there, right, and then flashed, and then your ulti hits them, or like, yeah, you just ulted too late, but it's fine. Your teammates got caught, so it wasn't fully your fault. So you can see Dragon spawning in 33 seconds. You should be pinging your team and getting vision. Again, if you had gotten a ward here, it would have been a lot easier for you to get vision control around Dragon. Because you didn't get that ward here, now it's a lot more dark and scary. Also, because you wasted flash, you should never ever flash before a Dragon spawns. You want your flash to like make a Dragon fight play. Like that's why I say Cosmic Insight, because you want to make sure you have flashed up for Dragon fights. Alrighty. Alrighty, well I guess Dragon's gone. No Dragon for you guys, because that guy got caught. Oh. Oh! You auto-attacked a minion once. She probably would have lived anyways, but it still hurts to see. Ah, you walked into them. I know you're trying to hit the ulti, but they were both going to get hit. And you wouldn't have been in range of that Q if you didn't get hit. Also, from in this bush, you can ward this bush if you put it right on the edge. You can ward from bush to bush without having to walk out in the open for them to see you. But again, remember how I said where you should have been getting vision over here? If you had already had a ward here and here, like I recommended earlier, 5-head Doge, this bush would have already been warded. And then when you came here, you would have been able to just EQ them from out of vision. You would have just been able to full combo them and not have to all this to happen if you just got vision control properly. 100% you go Zanya's next. Even if you're not good with using stock actives, I give an exception for Rocket Belt. Zanya's 100%, you should just always, as NEEKO support, get Zanya's second, in my opinion. There's very rare cases where you don't. Like, the anti-heal is only useful versus Nasus, and, like, look at your mid. Your mid's got anti-heal, your jungle's got anti-heal. It's not your job as support to be getting anti-heal, it's the job of your laners, so, yeah. 100%, you should have gone for Zanya's. If you wanted an item here that's not active because you really just can't use actives, I understand. You should have probably got Void Staff. Void Staff is 2500 G, really cheap, and it'll give you, make it so you can do a lot of damage to the 2 tanks on their team. If you did not know, not that you didn't know, I don't know if you have any. If you have side mouse buttons here, I don't personally do this, but I know a lot of low elo players that like to keybind their item actives to these, so that their Zanyas, you can make your Zanyas just your mouse button right here. So when you want to Zanyas, it's just you click your thumb on your mouse to Zanyas. I've never done that myself personally, but I know lots of low elo players who tell me that, not even just low elo players, high elo players too, but lots of players put the Zanyas to their mouse button so that they can just like instantly use the mouse button to Zanyas. So you could try that out if that's why you don't want to use Zanyas. Put it on your mouse button, maybe it'll help you remember to use it. I don't know. Just a suggestion. Oh, no. Yeah. You didn't even have to walk up that close to do it. You should have done it from like here. The reason why is because you knew Syndra was over here. And if Syndra was in that bush, even walking there, she would have just one-shot you. But I like the fact you're trying to get vision in the flanks where you know where they might be. Even here, you could have just put a ward over the wall here to give vision of this. Would have been probably just as good or not better. So your teammate just put a ward there anyways. Do you have sweeper up? You still haven't bought a sweeper. That's a problem. You need sweeper. It's really hard to play NEEKO without a sweeper. Because as NEEKO, you want to be getting flanks, right? So your flash is up and you have ulti up. You want to be getting a flank. Standing here is really useless. Also, you shouldn't be turning into Rammus because Rammus would be playing aggressive in the front. So since Rammus isn't showing, it's okay to be Rammus. But if you're pretending to be Rammus, you should be... Look how far up your ADC is and look how far back you are. Right? Like, if you're pretending to be Rammus, you should be there. What you really want to be doing is you see there's 2 here, right? And you have a ward here. You need sweeper because you can take sweeper and sweep and make sure you're not walking on vision. And then you can just hover right here. Put a ward over the wall here so you're not getting flanked or even in that bush. And just chill here because you have sweeper and are on vision. And when they push up and you come from behind and you ulti and flash on them, that's how you make big plays to win games. Coming from here and trying to land a big ulti flash, you're probably only going to hit it on their front line. But if you find flanks, is how you find big NEEKO ult, which is why you want sweeper. Even just having sweeper and be just chilling right here, right? If you're just chilling right here, because right now you don't know if there's a ward in that bush is the problem, right? But if you have sweeper, make sure there's no wards here. Even just chilling right here. And if they like walk up to pressure tower and they're like standing right here and you land like a root and then you like ulti flash over the wall, just find flanks. Alright, you had a decent disengage route. I would have even considered just going all in on that route with a big flash, right? I would have even considered here just ultiing, and this is their prime 3 targets, right? If you hit an ulti, like, these are 2 tanks, your team, even if you die, this is why I say Zanyas, by the way, because if you go for a big ulti flash on these guys, and then Zanyas, you live long enough for your team to kill the tanks, and if they kill you out of the Zanyas, your whole team kills them. But either way, right? Let's take a look at the enemy team's vision. See how they have wards here? If you took sweeper and cleared these 2 wards, right? And then watch how the fight would turn out, right? So say you cleared these 2 wards that are here right now. And you were chilling here, right? Watch. Right now, look at this. Imagine if you were chilling here like I said. And you come from behind these guys with a big ulti flash on all 3 of these guys. That's literally insta GG. Your team takes Baron and ends the game off that. This is a game-winning play right here. If you had sweeper and you came for the flank, you hit that, instantly Baron. You take Baron, push tower, inhib, and off of an open inhib, you can win a game, basically. So Okay, either way, your team should instantly Baron. Your jungler died. You guys should still Baron, though. 100%, you should be pinging Baron. Oh, it looks like you guys do Baron. Okay, sweet. Good job. Dragon is spawning, so you guys are heading towards Dragon. Good stuff. You got Morello's, which again is kind of useless because your team already has anti-heal. See, again, these big flanks you're missing. Like, you have ulti and flash up, you just don't have a sweeper. If you had a sweeper here, and you can just put your sweeper up and walk behind, even if they have wards, it'll disable the ward as you walk over so they don't see you. They'll just see their ward go away. And if you came behind here with a big ulti, even though it's a 4v5 because Rammus isn't there, it's a huge win. Even if you just had your sweeper and you stand here and you ulti and then flash the wall here, you just kill all of them and you just win the game off of that. So late game NEEKO is all about finding flanks in my opinion. But good job. Good job either way. Okay, you guys are pushing bottom. Echo should be pushing midden. So here you'd want to do a 4-1 push. You have 4 people pushing. Actually, you guys don't even want to be going bot, so you have to look at the towers. There's no outer tower. You don't want to push inhib tower when there's outer towers. What you want is you want Echo pushing bot, and all of you guys should be pushing mid to take this tower. And then after you take this tower, because Echo's pushing bot, as soon as you take this tower, you can rotate through the jungle and then push the bot tower with the wave that Echo is building up, is the correct play. And now Echo's being, which is really bad because, you know, he didn't need to be there. And look what happens because he beat. You guys should have just left when he beat. Oh no, you walked into Nasus. I'm just kind of fast forwarding because there's not much to show here. Where are you building next? My dear. You could have got control wards and sweeper. Dude, even your ADC has anti-heal now. So you have anti-heal on this guy, this guy, this guy. And everyone on your team has anti-heal. I know I'm pointing the same thing out, but I'm just saying you did not need this Morello's, Zhonya's. Because, like, how much AP does it give, right? So, forget about the anti-heal. It's giving you 70 AP, right? Well, Zhonya's gives you 65 AP, so you're not really losing any damage, right? This gives you armor, which is kind of not as good as the health, but, you know, pretty close. And it's giving you CDR, which is really useful. And then the anti-heal is useless compared to the active, so yeah. It's kind of insane every player on your team built anti-heal when there's only one person on their team that has healing too. Like legit, only your ADC or mid laner needed it this game, real talk. Rammus was fine too actually. He got Thornmail, which is good because he's getting auto-attacked by a freaking ADC. You really like to group up with your team, but you need to be getting vision control around the sides, right? So right now, you should be getting like a ward over the wall here, a ward over the wall here, or maybe throw your W in here and get a ward. You need to get wards around the flank. But it's okay, at least you're positioning somewhere safe. Nice, really good follow-up. The mistake here is you're being too safe. I feel like at some point... Again, it's because you don't have Zhonya's. It makes it hard for you to play these fights correctly. Right? So this is fine. Watch. There's a point where the team's walking in. Right here is where you should walk in with ulti. And it forces them to have to walk backwards because they're all tunneling in on your Rammus. If you walk forwards with ulti here, it causes Syndra to have to back up, her to have to back up, and then you hit your ulti on the Nasus and your team can focus him down and it saves your Rammus' life. And then if you have Zhonya's, you don't have to worry about dying either. And see how Rammus flash taunted their ADC? And see how your ulti almost barely hit her but missed? It's because you just didn't ulti early enough. But anyways, how do you guys not win off this? This should be GG. Why is your team not taking tower? Where are they going? Dude, what's wrong? You too. Yo, yo, yo. Numbers. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 dead, and you have 5 alive. This is a free inhib. Straight up. I get you guys want Dragon, but that was an inhib. Now you guys get a pick and go straight to Baron. See, why are you guys feeling safe? And like, first of all, this is correct. You get a pick and you do Baron 5v4. But why are you guys feeling safe to do Baron here 5v4, but you didn't feel safe 5v1 to take inhib? You know what I'm saying? When you think about it that way, it's like, oh, one pick and you'll do Baron, which is correct. But when you get 4 picks, you won't take inhib? Question mark? Jeez, my recording is almost up to an hour. It's because, I don't know, it's been a good game to watch. Make sure you get the money's worth, you know? Yeah, like, honestly, I've been saying this a bit, but look around you. You have no vision here. No vision here. You see 5 of them missing. You should just assume literally 5 of them are 5 stack right here. And about 4 of them are here. 1 of them's here, and they're about to come in from here and kill you all. Like, your job as support is to get vision, right? So, like, you come up, and you come here and place a ward on the wall here. Then you walk over, you place a ward over the wall here. Maybe you place a ward there to make sure they can't come through here. They can't come through here, right? And then you feel safe. Right now, you're pretty pushed up with no wards around you at all. Which is no excuse because... Oh, you finally got Sweeper, never mind. But you still have these 4 wards, so yeah. You're... At least, one thing I can give you is you're always positioned with your team, which means you're always ready for a fight that happens, which is good, and you're always safe and not ready to get caught out. But you do need to learn to get vision, because your W is an amazing tool for vision control. Shoving this is actually pretty good. Someone else on your team should have done it, but this is pretty good because it forces their team to rotate mid. Your ADC is backing, which is bad. Also, you should sweep this bush because for all you know... Yeah, see? This bush is usually you put a control ward in this bush when you're pushing up. So you're sweeping down here, which doesn't make sense because their team has been stuck on this part of the map for a while, which means there's no way they have any wards here. But at least, I'll give you one thing. At least you're trying to get vision control around the objective. Bad news is your team's fighting without you. Alright, good stuff. Okay, don't tell me you guys... Okay, you guys do it again. Again, stop going for Dragon. Well, it is an Elder, but the thing is look at the death recall timers. You guys should 100% here, go mid, push this in, take inhib, and then rotate to the Dragon. But oh well. You guys should win the game off somehow. It's just, there's been a couple opportunities now where you guys could have took an inhib, and you haven't, which means you're just stalling out the game, which helps the enemy team because you guys are up 20 kills. You guys are going to be so soon getting to a point where you're full builds and not getting any stronger, but they'll still be getting stronger. Even here, you guys go for Baron after that, which is incorrect. You guys should just be taking inhib again. They're all dead. Okay, this time you guys take an inhib. See? One sec. If you guys had taken the inhib before doing that Dragon, and then won this fight mid with supers pushing, you would have just ended the game here and the game would be over. But because you guys didn't take that inhib and didn't have the minion wave, it means that you guys can't do thing, and it gives them a chance to catch up and maybe make a play. But the game should be over here. You guys got 2 inhibs, and you guys go Baron and end the game. Oh, you guys end the game anyways. Without your ADC, who somehow soloed Baron. How the hell did she solo Baron? Whoa! Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the VOD review. I hope I made it worth your time. Yeah, for people who are watching this again, Doglightning, Grandmaster NEEKO support main. If you want a VOD review, feel free to DM me on Discord for $20 for a VOD review like this, or watch my stream and build up channel points. It takes a couple months of watching me and you'll get enough for a free VOD review. Keep it easy, baby.